my draws, just kind of going a little bit more of the, in to out, because normally what tends to happen is, and I hope you guys can hear me because I know it's windy as fuck, but usually I'll go up, right, and then I'll twist my hips first, and then by that time is going to out to in, and I'm scooping in. That's how I have a major fade. What I've been working is just really delaying my tempo a little bit, going on top, and I'll go up, right, and bring it out here, and I'll drop my elbow first, which is it forces me to move my hips forward, and I'll drop it in the slot, and kind of like I don't know if you guys have ever played tennis, but it's kind of like a forward hand swing, right, forward motion, and that's what I'll do. And I'll just end it off on the very top, and then I'll twist my hips around to finish the swing. So that's what I've been working on this whole year. Story time. I'm going to tell you a story about the first time I've ever gotten my hole-in-one. Albatross, as a matter of fact. Here in Washington last year, I was playing with my friends, Washington National, number 7, 290. We were playing, I believe the blue tips. The pin was a little bit to the front and taking out the driver over the water. And I ended up hitting it really well. I saw the ball fly. It was a little bit of a fade, bounce into the green, and I thought it had some heat on it. I saw it bounce in front of the green, kind of rolled into the middle of the green, and honestly, it was going pretty fast, so I thought that it had gone all the way to the back. Now, the whole time I was hitting my driver, I had my Bluetooth on, and I actually had my interview for my current position right now with my VP. Went up to the tee box. The VP called me, and I answered, and I was like, how's it going, so-and-so? He asked me if it was a good time. I said, sure, not a problem. Absolutely. Meanwhile, I was at the golf course, right? Go figure. Who does that? Who goes to the golf course when they should be working, or when they're in an interview with their potential VP? So, needless to say, I teed up, hit the ball, did that. He was asking me question. At this time, it was really a formality because I felt like the job was already secured. I was just meeting the VP at that point. Go up to my cart because I hit first, and I told my group, I was like, hey, I'm going to go up ahead, talk to my VP in the interview and whatnot. And then they end up hitting. Well, when I walked up to the green, I didn't see my ball on the green. So I'm just like, I have my putter, my pitching wedge, and I think my 7, thinking that I would have to bump and run from the back of the tee to the middle. Looked around for a good 5 minutes around the green. I have both of my friends kind of chipped on, and then they ended up putting the ball in, and I'm still looking around for my ball. Okay, I'm like a good 5 minutes. I even walked to the next hole across the street thinking that it probably rolled over. It had some heat, and it didn't register the fact that was already 280. I would have had to bombed it at 300 to carry and then hit over it, right? Not realizing that. So I walk up to my friend Mike, and I asked him, I was like, man, did you guys see my ball? And then he tosses me my ball. I'm like, where'd you find it? What's going on? And then he says, I picked it off from the hole. He told me, he was like, I already thought that you put it in. I was basically at that point still on the phone with my VP asking the questions or answering his questions, right? And in the middle of those, in the conversation, I was putting it on mute, and I was asking my friend where my ball is, this and that. Then I end up getting to my cart, picked up the ball from my friend Mike, and going to the next hole. It was a par 3, I think number 8. And it dawned on me. I was like, holy shit, I just got a hole-in-one. And then I end up telling my VP if I could put him on mute or on hold, put him on mute. And I asked both of the guys that was in my group, I was like, was that in the hole? Did I just get a hole in one? And we celebrated. It was the funniest ish in the world because I did not expect that. I ended up telling the VP, I said, hey, I'm sorry, this just happened. I'm very excited. So forgive me if I'm sounding a little bit shaken. Later on, he was just like, hey, you know what? I want you to enjoy your golf time with your friends. Congrats on the hole in one. Welcome to the team, essentially. And I end up hanging up the phone, and then I celebrated with my friends on the hole in one. I made sure to grab that ball, sign it, and put it away because I wanted to keep it, right? And I wanted to post it, and I was shook, and I didn't even know I had a hole in one. But that was the story of when I got my Albatross first time in Washington National on hole 7 across the water. Yeah,